Hi legends, just quickly, a level on Bitcoin that needs to hold for bullish momentum to continue to the upside. Today we'll analyze the price of Bitcoin and go through some exciting fundamental news around the world. Also remember 3 of my favorite exchanges that I use to trade on a daily basis: Spotbags, swing trades, daily scalp trades to the up and to the downside. I've got Bybit, Blowfin and Mexi, great bonuses. You only benefit from these bonuses and the lowest fees by using these links down in the description. Come join me, sign up today. Let's go through some fundamental news. First up, Hong Kong spot Bitcoin ETFs to start trading from the end of this month, 30 April. The rumor is if Hong Kong ETFs do well, they'll want to do the same for mainland China. The Chinese housing markets and stock markets have been wrecked. People will flock to Bitcoin once the ETFs are approved. Are you ready? Next up, who sold Bitcoin today? Every cohort except holders of 100 plus Bitcoin, so it was retail hands that drove the price here to the downside, not large whales holding Bitcoin. So looking at this, most of the small holders over here, which you can see 1 Bitcoin up until 100 Bitcoin, was the people that drove the price here to the downside. And people or institutions and companies holding more than 100 plus Bitcoin just sat on their hands and they are still holding on. Right, so are we seeing some spinach hands from retail investors, small players, where the bigger whales are still holding on, perhaps still expecting more momentum here to the upside? Next up, breaking, Jack Mallers' Strike app, the premier Bitcoin Lightning payment app, goes live to millions of users across Europe today. Watching the metrics for adoption and usage. Okay, so quite some bullish news. I want to see how people pay for their coffees and their groceries using the Lightning app. Let's see how this goes, and we'll be monitoring this. Next up, the gap below that was made this weekend is now closed. So for those CME gap traders, you can see there was a gap created here during the weekend, which has now been filled. Will this be the momentum that now sends us back to the upside, or can we still expect further momentum to the downside? We'll analyze the price of Bitcoin in a moment. Next up, BTC is in the final phase of wave 5 within the 5th wave, and here you can see just tracking the Elliott wave theory here from the start, where Bitcoin was basically launched here in 2009, 2011, tracking the momentum here to the upside, connecting all the highs. You can see we are round about there, still expecting momentum here to the upside to go and complete the 5th wave inside of the 5th wave. The 5th wave in Elliott wave theory is usually regarded as the retail wave and can be very explosive to the upside. And a 5th wave usually contains very shallow pullbacks and corrections with explosive impulsive moves to the upside. Will this time be different, and is the low in at the moment where we're going to see a rampage here to the upside? Next up, I think I saw someone else posted something similar. Buckle up if you have altcoins. And here they've basically taken a little Elliott wave, 5 impulsive wave here to the upside, and they compared it to where Bitcoin is at the moment compared to where some of our favorite alts is at the moment. And as per the analysis that I've done during my previous live streams and update, for those of you that has been following me for a while, you know that it does look like we are forming a 1-2 for most of the altcoins here to the downside, expecting that 3rd explosive move here to the upside. Bitcoin is already over here, so perhaps the altcoins have some nice catching up to do. Is that when they start creating their 3rd explosive moves to the upside, and typically most retail traders from an Elliott wave perspective usually only start jumping into the bandwagon when you are here in the 5th wave inside of the 3rd wave. This is where most retail starts entering the market over here. They then play the final 5th wave here to the upside, only to then start correcting with a larger ABC correction here to the downside, where the bear market then kicks in and everyone loses money again. Right, let's go analyze the price of Bitcoin here quick. So looking at Bitcoin here on the 1 hour time frame, we've all been tracking this momentum here to the downside, and this looked like it wanted to break out with multiple candles outside of the trend, giving us the clue that this could be bullish continuation here to the upside, which didn't play out, and now we got a nice little fall here to the downside. The one level that I'm currently watching for bullish momentum to continue here to the upside is the first one I'm watching over here, is that from this pivot over here, from the low to the high that we've made. Okay, and just zooming in so that everyone can see what's going on here, right? Let's just make this a little bit bigger. Just do this, and also another fib from this pivot to this little high over here. The most important level for us to hold is round about the 0.88, okay, of this low to this high, and also in confluence with the 50% fib level from this low to this high. To me, this is an extremely important level for bullish momentum to still have a chance to go to higher levels. I would really like us to see and hold this level, because this can still be a C corrective wave here to the downside, expecting more impulses here to the upside. If we start falling down, further down here below, it does look like this structure is becoming an impulsive structure to the downside, where we could find ourselves in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. You make a lower high and you continue the impulses here to the downside. So for me to remain bullish, I would really like us to see and hold the 0.88 level, okay, together in confluence with a 50% FIB level, around about $63,400, give or take. So the trading setup that I'm currently watching over here is to say that we had a fall. Now it looks like we're consolidating, perhaps one more sweep of the lows, grabbing the liquidity below for then continuation here to the upside, and then we'll just have to observe what happens when we get to this trend. The other concerning thing about this structure is that if this is an impulsive wave here to the upside, you want this to be corrective. And when I look at this corrective structure over here, let me zoom into the 15-minute to show you what I'm seeing here at the moment. I'm here on the 15-minute time frame, and what I'm currently looking at on the price of Bitcoin over here is when I take a FIB extension from the high to the low, and I drag it to this little high over here, a C wave here to the downside, a C corrective wave to the downside has a common target of the 1.236. When you extend the C wave, an extended C wave target is here by the 1.618. And now we are currently trading below this level, which is a bit concerning. Okay, I have seen C waves tap the 2.618, and I also have seen C waves tap this 3.618, but these are extremely rare instances. I would say the 2.618, yes, I have seen that a couple of times, but your most common C wave targets are here by the 1.618 and a short C wave here by the 236. So the fact that this corrective structure is becoming so long and it's not respecting a maximum C wave target or a common C wave target over here is starting to look a little bit bearish, and I think it's scaring a lot of technical Elliott wave traders out there as well, is to say that, well, we really want this structure to remain a corrective structure, and perhaps we come back down once more, we tap the 2.618, which is a rare C wave target, and we find impulses back to the upside. Right, so basically what we're looking at right now is that if we had to start building an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it means that the market is starting to reverse, and we could find ourselves perhaps even at $51,000 in the coming weeks to come. Okay, so we really want to see this level hold, the line in the sand for bullish momentum to continue here to the upside. Thanks for watching. If you are completely new to trading and would like to know how to get started from TradingView to all the tools that you need to get into this trading game, go check out this video right now. And until the next one, cheers for now.